Hello. So, where are we? We are in Bounds Green. I'm knackered. Yeah, Bounds Green doing a chimney breast repoint. It's a really lovely chimney breast. This client's obviously getting a lot of other work done, and they want to keep it as a feature, and they've called me in to repoint it for them. They've very kindly dug it all out. So yeah, it's lovely. It's got a little segmental arch in it. It's in great nick. Like the bed joints are big and that, and there's a couple of repairs, but it just looks fabulous. All corbelled, like, you know, it's all stepped in. Just looks brilliant. And we're going to just flush point it today. So I've banked all the lime mortar last night, mixed it up. Same with bringing the mixer here, leaving it out the front unattended, and all that was pointless. Plus, you know, lime needed to be banked anyway. So that's worked that out, and I'll get the tripod on and get a video of some flush pointing. I hope you enjoy the video. I'll speak to you soon. Nice one, guys. You're right, guys. So yeah, this is the process of the lime pointing. So what I'm doing now is soaking the wall, giving it a good soak. This will stop the existing wall nicking the moisture out of the lime water you're putting in, and protect the lime from drying out too quickly and help get a better bond. What I am doing now is applying the lime water with a hawk and slasher, working from right to left, really pushing in the lime water into the joints, making sure it is all full and really rammed into the back. This mix here is a mix of plastering sand, building sand and coarse sharp sand. It was my own mix as I had materials left over, but yeah, this can vary. I can explain more at the end of the video, but this is a 3-to-1 mix. NHL 3.5, and yeah, what I'm doing now is just applying the lime water, slashing it in there, and making sure there's no voids. So now what I'm doing is applying the perpendicular joints. Another thing with this is obviously pretty self-explanatory. You fill it up until it is proud. Normally I always give it about minimum 2 hits, but sometimes 3 is good, depending on how deep the joints are. But always a good rule to go at least twice. But you can see some of them I hit it 3 times. And that's good as well, always keeping the line moving. But yeah, that's the process for all the perpendicular joints. So now what I'm doing is applying the perpendicular joints. With perpendicular joints, it's usually good to always hit it once, twice or 3 times. Make sure it's really in the back and properly full. So that's my advice with the perpendicular joints. Hit them 2 to 3 times. And also guys, if you could please like and subscribe the channel, that would be really appreciative, and you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. Okay, so now after the wall has been sprayed down, the mortar has been applied with a hawk and slasher to the bed joints and the perpendicular joints, it's time to scrape off. You have to let the mortar in the wall dry a little bit. Usually this depends on whether the mix you're using, but usually I say call it about half an hour. And once it's been scraped off, I'm now using a wire brush. Can't use this on soft bricks for obvious reasons, and that takes it back just below flush. So it's a heritage joint, which is actually a very, very minor bit recessed. So yeah, after the wire brushing or timber, you can use timber, but it's quite bad on your wrists. But you don't have to. Now I'm going in with the churn brush, making sure it's all nice and brushed and everything's just slightly behind the brick, heritage style. And it's nice and smooth, no tram lines in it. If there is tram lines, it's too wet. But the way to get them out is go in a circular motion and let it go off a bit more, dry out, or you can spray it with water and you will get it on the soft brush. You don't want any tram lines in it. It wants to be smooth. You don't see any lines in it. So that's the churn brush or stiff brush. So I find the stiff brushes are better. I find the churn brushes are great, but nobody really, sort of depends what you're doing. But yeah, I just prefer these stiff brushes. They're good in your hand and mash your wrist up. Because the handle on the churn brushes, and plus they're expensive, and these things you can pick up for a couple of quid. So they're my go-to. And now for the final brush down. So this is just polishing up the aggregate, getting off all the loose little bits, and just giving it just that last enhancement, making it as nice as it can be. Just polishing that aggregate up and just improving it where it can be improved. And now with lime mortar, it is imperative to soak the wall beforehand. When you've completed your wall, to spray it down with water afterwards, and then spray it the next day as well. Obviously, if you was to finish this whole breast in a day, just give it a good spray once you've finished, and maybe do another one, and maybe another one after that, and it would probably be okay. But I'm coming back tomorrow, so I did all of this in a day. I'll be back, and then I will soak it again in the morning, and then another time as well before I leave. But yeah, very good. You must look after lime. Too many people think, don't bother brushing the wool, whack it in, and they don't look after it. You cannot do that with lime, or you shouldn't be using lime at all. Lime has to be nurtured to get its full strength, and for it to really gain its durability. So always soak down the wools that you did the day before and keep it moist. Thanks for watching.